Hello students, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Ahmad Study Circle. In today's video, we are going to discuss the question answer of the chapter The Last Stonemason from Ratnasagar English Reader Class 8. First of all, we'll discuss the objective type question answer and then of course we'll talk about the subjective type question answer. So first of all, we have question number 1, and what we have to do is to choose the correct options from 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the question number A we have, look what it's brought us, said Gopal, it refers to. So the answer would be option number 4, the work of a stonemason. Now we have question number B. Gopal wanted to leave his house and family because he felt they did not earn enough. So the answer would be option number 2. Now we have question number C. The old man felt the statue of Krishna was his last sculpture because he was becoming weak. Of course, this is right. Because he was too old. Of course, this one is also right. He had no one to help him. Yeah. So the answer would be all of the above. Now we have question number D. Salim had practiced the art of sculpting secretly. Where? In the quarry. क्वेरी हम लोग किसको कहते हैं? लोग पत्थरों के खादान को हम लोग क्वेरी कहते हैं. सो सलीम ने स्कल्पटिंग करना मूर्तियाँ बनाना सीक्रेटली काफ़ी गुप्त तरीके से उसने कहाँ सीखा था? पत्थर के खादानों में. आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन ऑल द क्वेश्चन आंसर्स बिकॉज आई हैव ऑलरेडी एक्सप्लेन दिस चैप्टर very detail, line by line, word to word. So if you have not watch the explanation of this chapter, then go to the playlist. You will find there a playlist called Ratnasagar English Reader Class 8, and the very first video in the playlist is this chapter, The Last Stonemason. So watch the explanation also. Question number 2 we have, who was Salim? How had Master Ji helped him? Answer, Salim was Master's servant. He had been with him for 5 years. Salim came to Master Ji as an orphan in a furious monsoon storm, drenched to the skin, dressed in tatters, begging for shelter. Since then, he had stayed with Master Ji and had looked after him. Now we have question number 3. Who was the old man walking on? Who was the old man walking on? Why was he finding it difficult to finish his walk? Answer, Master Ji was walking on a large statue of Lord Krishna. He was finding it difficult to finish the work for the various reasons. First of all, it was the biggest statue he had ever carved, so there was too much work which required stamina and strength. He would have been able to manage it if his son Gopal had not left him alone. Gopal was strong and very good at chipping of stone. The old man was growing weak, and because of the amount of work before him, he had stopped eating well. This was only making it more difficult for him to complete the job. Now we have question number 4. I know you will be one of the finest stonemasons. What made Master Ji say this? Answer, Master Ji could see the art in Salim's heart and hands. Salim had secretly practiced sculpting in the quarry because he wanted to become a sculptor. Although he was already good at it, he was humble enough to ask Master Ji to teach him. The fact that Salim had finally come to realize that sculpting was his calling, and that there was nothing in the world he wanted to do more, also made Master Ji see the promise in him. Now we have question number 5. Give instances from the story to show that Salim cared deeply about the well-being of the old man. Basically, in this question it has been asked that from the text you will have to give a reason, you will have to give a statement that how Salim cared the Master Ji or cared his master. Okay, so answer we have, when Gopal left, Salim comforted, not confronted. Well, let me start this again. When Gopal left, Salim comforted Master Ji with kind words. He was constantly worried about the old man's health because he was not eating well. He used to ensure that Master Ji had nutritious food to eat and would bring him his tea. He constantly encouraged Master Ji by saying that he would surely be able to finish the statue. When Master Ji fainted, Salim carried him and put him in bed. Then he took it upon himself to try to finish the statue, showing that he also cared about the fact that this work was very important to Master Ji. Now we have question number C, and what we have to do is to pick out sentences from the story that show what we have. A statement given, the old man loved his work. यहाँ पे बताना है कि उस बूढ़े इंसान को अपने काम से प्यार था, लगाव था, और ये चीज़ को साबित करना है कि ये स्टेटमेंट कैसे सही है, और उसके लिए हमें टेक्स्ट बुक से क्या करना है, एक स्टेटमेंट देना है जो कि जिससे प्रूफ होता है दैट द ओल्ड मैन लव्ड हिज वर्क. ओके, so the answer we have the following sentences show that the old man loved his work. Sentences को inverted comma में बताया गया है. It's not only the money that matters, son. It's the service, our service to God. We have kept up this tradition for hundreds of years and so on, and I hoped you would continue our work. So this is the statement that proves that the old man loved his work. Now we have another statement, and we'll have to give the instances from the story. And what the statement is, the old man's strength was failing him. उस बूढ़े इंसान का जो ताकत था जो कम हो रहा था, जिसके वजह से वो उस लॉर्ड कृष्ण, भगवान कृष्ण की मूर्ति को बनाने में वो असफल हो रहे थे. इस इंस्टेंस को हमें बताना है. सो द आंसर वुड बी इन द अर्ली आवर्स ऑफ द मॉर्निंग द चेजल कहते हैं लोग छेनी को, जिससे पत्थर को काटा जाता है, छेनी और हथौड़ी को यूज़ करके. इन द अर्ली आवर्स ऑफ द मॉर्निंग द चेजल फेल फ्रॉम हिज हैंड एंड द हैमर ड्रॉप्ड टू द ग्राउंड. हैमर मीन्स होता है हथौड़ा. हिज शोल्डर्स बिगिन टू एक मीन्स होता है दर्द करना, और उनके जो शोल्डर्स थे वो दर्द करने लगते थे. हिज आर्म्स फेल्ट हैवी एंड हिज आइज ग्रो टायर्ड. Okay, now we have seventh and the last question from this chapter, and the question is, Master Ji and Gopal had different ideas about life and work. Were their ideas different only because they belonged to different generations? Answer: the generation gap was perhaps not the only reason for the big difference between the ideas of Master Ji and Gopal about life and work. I think the difference came from the ability to value and respect tradition, art and skills. So in my opinion, the difference between Gopal and Master Ji stems from the ability or inability to connect with one's culture, traditions and one's past, and from the ability or inability to respect and value one's skills as an artist. So by this we have completed the question and answer of this chapter. We'll see you next time with a new chapter, with a new lesson. Till then, take care of yourself and your family, and do like the video, share the video and subscribe the channel if you have not done it already. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.